Mr. Subrat has a question for Professor Jackie. He's asking, other than robotics, you have also made some AI and ML. Want to understand in which field you have made AI and how is this effective in today's business world?
Okay, so the AI that we are using. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Jackie.
Professor, can you start your video, please?
Okay, I'm trying to back to meeting.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, so of course, most of the machine learning research that we do, for example, is related to the robotics, which means that we apply machine learning in order to detect the bar, for example, for the weightlifting competition, or as you've seen, we use HAWKs in order to detect the gradients of the image in order to be able to find with very high accuracy the target for the artery. And then we use the support vector machines to train the classifier in order to be able to say, this is a target and this is the exact X, Y location of the target. So, and also the distance to the target. So most of the machine learning research that we do is not on, is always applied. It's always applied machine learning research. We're trying to solve problems that we have with the robots. We've also applied reinforcement learning extensively to balancing gates for humanoid robots, to push recovery for humanoid robots, to drawing robots. The robot learns how to draw. And most recently, we're applying it to learning how to drive the scooter. Similarly, for artificial intelligence, it's also applied. So we can plan, we can apply planning systems in order to figure out the smallest number, the shortest number of steps in order to solve the Dr. Eureka problem.
Okay. Any more?
Yes.
Charlie, more? Yes, go
Yes.
ahead.
Mr. Prakash has a question. He's asking, does NTNU offer English taught undergrad program for robotics?
I think that question is better for James to answer.
Hello, James.
Hi. At NTNU, the Department of Electrical Engineering, we offer about 17 English taught subjects a year, including 4 subjects delivered by Professor Jackie Baltes. And I think it's sufficient to meet your graduation requirement to study a PhD, either a PhD or master program in NTNU, particularly in electrical engineering. We also allow students to take courses from other departments. For example, the Department of Computer Science. That means you have a diverse range of courses to meet your requirement. Okay.
Mr. Georgian has a question. He wants to know about the scope of getting scholarship being an average student. He did not get good score in bachelor's, but he has a work experience of 3 years in database technology in a renowned MNC. Will this help?
That's a question that the professors usually cannot answer because most administration and scholarship is handled by our university administrators. So the professors themselves cannot actually accept students or provide scholarships directly. I'm pretty sure that work experience will help you improve your chances of getting a scholarship, though. In general, those are looked at quite favorably.
A question for me to James and Jackie. So if the student who write to you, for example, they have the they have the score, and then they have their like they will tell you what the ranking of their university in India, and they do read your published paper, and they do tell that why they're interested in your lab. If you receive this kind of email, would you reply, or you would be, because you get it almost every day, this kind of email, so you might ignore it?
I get many of those worldwide, and I usually resend my standard information about studying at NTNU. I tell the students that I would like to see the last project that they have done. So myself, I don't actually care so much about the ranking of the university. I know in particular in India, the IITs are very highly regarded. And I've visited India many times and have talked to the students there. And I've also visited other universities, and I found good students also at other universities. So for me, it's more important if the student has shown initiative and has been able to bring a previous project to a successful conclusion. So if they've implemented a complex software system in AI or machine learning or robotics, then that's what I would like to see. I also always tell the students when they apply that any good professor will have good students, and what they should do is contact the students that are currently in the lab of the specific professor that they're interested in, and talk to them about their life and the work ethic in the lab and the culture of the lab, to make sure that they're a good fit for the work, the research in the lab.
How about you, James? Thank you, Jackie. Ishadi, you may need to unmute him.
Yes.
Okay, I think the situation is pretty much the same as Jackie mentioned. So a student need to show the research potential instead of focus too much on their GPA. If the student can demonstrate that his capability doing research here, because we are now a research-based university, we focus more on the research potential for students. And talk about the scholarships. I think the students need to be aware that in addition to the scholarship provided by the university and also the government, the professor, for example, Jackie and myself, we also can provide some fundings to the students if we believe the students is good enough. For example, my PhD students can normally receive about up to $1,000 per month in addition to their probably their scholarship, if there is anyone. Okay, so this one is based on discussion between the students and the supervisor. Okay.
So, I mean, one thing is that, I mean, just because in India, for undergraduate students, generally they don't have so much of the, so to speak, project. They do some small project, but they don't have too much of the achievement, those kind of report, right? So if the student, your university were more focused, want to take the PhD, is it? That's how it works, is it? Because that if people only want to get for the master and 2 years they want to go out to work, this is not the ideal, so to speak, candidates for you to take admission. Is the underlying message you are trying to tell us?
For me, that's not true. I accept both master students and PhD students. In fact, in electrical engineering, I think I always, before students start a PhD with me, I have a very serious discussion with them to ask them why they want to do a PhD. I think a lot of them do it for the wrong reason. In electrical engineering, if you think you will get more money by getting a PhD, then you're wrong. Your lifetime earnings are going to go down. If you want to have a career at Google or Facebook, they will not pay a premium for a PhD unless you happen to be extremely lucky and find exactly the kind of research that they need. But most of the people there that make great careers just entered the company with a master's degree. So I'm particularly targeted towards PhD students.
Actually, I think 5 more minutes. Like, I mean, so Ishali, what? Any more question? Just one more question.
One last question.
Yes.
Mr. Jejerin, apologies if I pronounce your name wrong, is asking, hello sir, I'm currently pursuing MTech in VLSI design and embedded system. I have great interest in machine learning, Internet of Things, hardware cryptography, cybersecurity, image and signal processing. I have just started my master's. How can I pursue my field and area of interest in Taiwan?
If you have just started your master's, then you'll be already at your university in India. If you want to pursue your studies in Taiwan, then the most efficient way would probably be to arrange an exchange semester where you take 2 courses in a Taiwan university, and then they will be credited at your home institution. Then you can consider applying. If you do want to pursue a PhD, then you can start at a Taiwanese university for your PhD. So some sort of exchange and transfer of courses would be what you would like to try and arrange. I have several students that come for short-term exchanges. We had one student from Germany, one student from France is coming next semester. That will just my machine learning course.
In this Taiwan Normal University, what is the deadline for this application for exchange program?
There's no fixed deadline I'm aware of. It needs to be arranged between the university in India and the university in Taiwan. So there needs to be an agreement signed that that yes, the student will come and he will take these courses, and if he passes these courses with a grade of at least, I don't know, whatever we decide B, then he will get credit for the work that he did in Taiwan towards his degree requirements in India.
So the student who can apply for your school's the exchange program, only the student from that university where that they have signed the MOU with your university. Is that what you say?
Exactly how that works, but yes, usually we have an MOU between the universities.
Okay. Okay.
It happened without MOUs before, like I don't think we had an MOU with the University of Bordeaux.
Okay, I would double check with Roxanne on this matter, and then I would, if anybody have more questions, then either you can send the email to their NTNU's group International Affairs Office, or you can send them any message that you whatever question that you have, they will try their level best. Their team is very professional so far, really. I mean, the presentation and the way they are coordinated with me, very professional. seriously very impressed by NTNU's teams. Thank you really, really very much for everybody to spend this your time Sunday to join our webinar. Hope to see you guys again, and I hope you enjoy it. I do really enjoy it, seriously. I will put my son into, instead of medical, now computer science or electronical engineering for sure now. Thank you again, everybody, and see you guys.
Thank you.
Namaste.